Leader of the House, you have the floor.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that we vary the order paper in order for us to tackle questions under Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. But mindful, though, that at the end of the day, we'll also deal with questions understanding Order 69 and 2 understanding Order 14. Immediately after the Ministry of Local Government, we'll move to those questions. I submit, Madam First Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Leader of the House, we do not have questions under Ministry of Local Government on the order paper. Thank you.
In that case, then let us go back to questions under Ministry of Natural Resources, Energy and Mines.
Thank you, Honorable Leader. We now move to question number 49. I now recognize the Honorable Member for Nchinji Central East to acknowledge his question. Honorable Member, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. I rise to confirm that question number 49 appearing on today's order paper is indeed from the people of Nchinji Central East constituency. Thank you so much.
Honorable Minister responsible for Natural Resources, Energy and Mining, you have the floor, Madam.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Nchinji Central East is asking my ministry to consider rectifying the following places: Chiwoko, Kamangira, Gubo, Mbachundu, and Matimba. Madam Second Deputy Speaker and honorable members, I'd like to thank the honorable member for Nchinji Central East for his question, in which, as I said, he is asking my ministry to consider rectifying the primaries under MAREP 9. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I am pleased to inform the honorable member that Matimba Trading Center will be rectified under MAREP Phase 10. I would also like to inform the honorable member that Chiwoko, Kamangira, Gubo, and Mbajumbu are in MAREP Master Plan and will be considered for rectification in future MAREP phases. Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary questions. I recognize the honorable member for Nchisi West. You have the floor, honorable member.
Thank you so much, Second Deputy Speaker, for recognizing people of Nchisi West. Through you, I would like to ask the Honorable Minister to consider completing electrification works at Ntrasembe. The compensations were already done, but then no work has been done so far. The minister may wish to know that the area now has a secondary school, Kula Secondary School, which once the area is electrified, the secondary will also benefit. I would also want to bring to the attention of the Honorable Minister that Kanjiwa CDSS was meant to be electrified by now. The poles are just lying in the gardens.
Honorable member, you are debating. Just ask your question and the honorable minister will respond.
I would like to ask the honorable minister to consider completing the works at Kanjiwa CDSS. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Honorable Minister responsible for natural resources, energy and mining, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Through you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, let me thank Member of Parliament for Nchisi West for his request to my ministry to complete identification of Antiransembe and Kanjiwa CDSS. Through you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, let me inform the Member of Parliament that these will surely be considered. As I indicated earlier on, performance of MAREP 9 is only at 78%. So we've still got some way to go, and we are currently doing some auditing, so we surely consider completing works in those areas. Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary question from the people of Malabada.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker. I would like to take this opportunity to bring to the attention of the Minister of Energy to consider electrifying Green Malata area. This is a growing community. It also has a public secondary school, and the people have been complaining that the ESCOM have not come in to rescue them. I would also like to bring to the attention of the Minister that Blantyre Malabada has been experiencing a lot of power outages. And this is a constituency where the President himself, Professor Alpha Peter Mutharika, is from. I don't think it's appropriate that the people should be experiencing power outages. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable Minister responsible for natural resources, energy and mining, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Through you, let me thank the Member of Parliament for Ndirande Malabada for his question to my ministry to consider electrifying the Green Malata area in his constituency, as well as looking at the outages in the area. I'll start with the first question. My ministry will surely consider his request, but I would like to ask the Member of Parliament if they have not yet submitted their request through the DC to do so that we can consider in the subsequent phases of MAREP. Now, for the outages in Malabada, surely this is happening across the country, and there are issues that we are working on. Firstly, to let the House know that these outages have been there because of a number of issues to do with 40 machines in Tedzani power station, and we are working on that. So we should be getting back about 31 megawatts come this December. The spare parts were bought, and we are now working on the machines. So come December this year, we should have the power added onto the grid, and that should lessen the outages in Malabada. But in addition to that, we are also looking at some losses that are being experienced on the grid, and also working on that. And we're also making sure that the performance of our utility companies are also looked at. So I want to assure the Member of Parliament that come end of this December, the outages in Malabada should be over. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you. Supplementary question. I think I have taken supplementary questions 2 from my left. Allow me to take a supplementary question from the people of Neno South. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Neno South to ask a supplementary question. I would like to ask the Honorable Minister to complete the electrification of Chifunga CDSS. The poles are lying on the road. We would like to ask from the minister to finish the work. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable Minister responsible for natural resources, energy and mining, you have the floor, madam.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Through you, let me thank Member of Parliament for Neno South for his request to my ministry to complete electrification of Chifunga CDSS. For sure, that will be taken on board. And just to reiterate that we are aiming at finishing the remaining works in Marep 9. So I would like to assure the Honourable Member of Parliament that we should be completing this in the remaining part of Marep 9. Thank you.
Thank you. I see the Honourable Leader of the House. Honourable Leader, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. As guided area, we now move to questions under Standing Order 69, because the owner is now in the House, and later we'll go to questions under Standing Order 40. I submit.
Thank you. I now recognize the Honourable Member for Rumpi West to ask his question to the Honourable Minister of Local Government and Rural Development under Standing Order 69. Honourable Member for Rumpi West, you have the floor.
Thank you, Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, for giving an opportunity to the people of Rumpi West to ask a question under Standing Order 69. But before I confirm the question, let me do some introduction to the question. Due to the demarcation of the constituencies, whereby Rumpi West, part of its section, is now Rumpi Central, and 15 VDCs are under Borero ADC, which is under Rumpi Central constituency. This has brought some challenges, including the chieftaincy wrangles that are there, whereby some chiefs who belong to the other camp are deemed not to be favorable to the other camp. This has rendered a member of parliament and a councillor to be in dilemma, because part of the VDCs are in Borero VDC, which is in Rumpi Central, while the councillor and the MP belong to Rumpi West. The resources for development for these VDCs are in Rumpi West, but they are supposed to attend Borero ADC. Looking at the challenge, I, as a member of parliament, have problems. Secondly, all the chiefs that were installed during DBP, they are being looked down, including Sub-Chief Kazamawe, whose status is not known up to date, whether he's still a sub-chief or not. These other sub-chiefs have been given sub-ADCs, while only Kazamawe, in whose jurisdiction is where these VDCs I'm talking about are from, they have nowhere. Whether Sub-Chief Kawazamawe is still a chief under the Ministry of Local Government, we are not aware. Therefore, I came to the Minister of Local Government to seek clarification. What are the procedures within his ministry? Or what is the policy in terms of creation of sub-ADCs and ADCs, looking at this prolonged chief wrangles in Rumpi West? They are failing to die, yet as a member of parliament, I'm supposed to deliver. I can't work within two different ADCs, which are in two different constituencies.
Thank you.
I, therefore, as I sit down, I confirm that really the question is coming from Rumpi West, from the concerned chiefs who are looking for the direction whether Sub-Chief Kawazamawe can have a sub-ADC. While I pretend no, the audacity to approve sub-ADCs lies with the Paramount Chief Chikuramembe, of which these people are not in terms. Thank you.
Honorable Minister responsible for local government and rural development, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. And through you, allow me to thank the Honorable Member for Rumpi West for his question. And the question is to ask my ministry to provide guidance on the establishment of ADCs and sub-ADCs, looking at the current demarcated constituencies, which has complicated ADCs and wards for some 11 VDCs in Rumpi West that are appealing in 2 different wards and constituencies. The minister should provide the procedure to have sub-ADCs looking at the geographical challenges and chieftaincy wangles. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in response to the question, I would like to concede and bear testimony that the demarcation exercise which the Malawi Electoral Commission conducted recently has brought in some cuts through some ADCs and VDCs. In Rumpi, the following VDCs falls in that category: Kasongwe, Kapyorambavi, Ruhono, Chankomi, Chitipwiri, Kodzo, Ruviri, and Soreto. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, ADCs are constituted at the traditional level. And I want to repeat that. It is constituted at the traditional level and not at the paramount chief level. However, due to geographical reasons, some ADCs have sub-ADCs, which are constituted at sub-traditional authority level or group village headman level, which are designated by the responsible traditional authority, I must say that the sub-ADCs are established on an administrative basis, but the district commissioner must approve such arrangements. In Rumpi, sub-ADCs are established at Mpompa, Nswazisi, Chinguliro, Tunda, Mbumba, Cholozi, and Chiweta. The composition of the ADCs and VDCs is provided in the district development plan manual, of which every council has a copy. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the Honorable Member of Rumpi West alluded to the chieftaincy wangles as negatively affecting the formation of ADCs and sub-ADCs in his constituency. For purposes of harmony and peaceful coexistence, a subcommittee cannot be established at a sub-traditional authority or group village headman level unless by a consent of a TA and approval by the DC, and that the DC should be well aware. I therefore advise the Honorable Member to see the district commissioner, who is new and has already been guided on how best to resolve that matter, specifically to Rumpi West. Otherwise, the guidelines as provided has got to be adhered to. But in your case, the DC has already been provided guidance. I submit, Second Deputy Speaker, and probably just to highlight that once a chief has been installed or approved by a president of a country, unless otherwise, he remains a chief. In this case, Kawazamawe remains a sub-traditional authority in as far as the Malawi government is concerned. Therefore, all entitlements that accompanies the sub-traditional authority still stands. I submit, Second Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. The honor of a question, then I will get 2 more members to ask supplementary questions. Thank you. Honorable Member for Rumpi West, you have the floor.
Thank you, Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, for a second chance to the people of Rumpi West. Though I'm dipping my hands into deep waters, that is the risk of a politician to fall into the trap of elephants fighting. Looking at the promotions that took place some few months ago and a year ago by the outgoing government, and looking at the challenges or the relationship between Kawazamawe and the TA, is there any way of considering Kawazamawe is denied promotion because all his friends in Rumpi district, except Kawazamawe, was not promoted? Would you consider that?
Thank you. Honorable Minister responsible for local government and rural development.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker. Let me say
Can I hear the Honorable Minister in silence, please? Honorable members, let us hear the Honorable Minister in silence. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker. And through you, let me thank the Honorable Member for Rumpi West for his passion and commitment to serving the people of his constituency. The request has been noted. Suffice to mention that the appointing authority to positions as of TA, senior chief, and indeed paramount, rests with the president of our country. In this regard, therefore, your Minister of Local Government does not have authority, but his responsibility is to make sure that that question has been cascaded to the president, and that need be, if it pleases the president, then that may be considered. I submit, Second Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Member, for which constituency is this? Remind me your constituency.
Chitipa Chendo.
Chitipa?
Madam, Chitipa Chendo.
Chitipa Chendo.
Yeah.
You have the floor, Honorable.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker, Madam. I'm raising on supplementary question to the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development. In light of the explanations which have been given as to how the government has arranged the way that the ADC will be at traditional authority level, how do you marry that with the CDF? How is the Member of Parliament and that committee, especially the proposal that projects will be approved by the ADC, where you have an ADC comprising of maybe 3 constituencies? I submit.
Honorable Minister, Local Government and Rural Development, you have anything to say?
Right, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Maybe if you give him a chance to probably bring that back, the question again, because I have kind of failed to get the exact question.
Honorable Member, if you can repeat your question. Thank you. You have the floor, Honorable. The Honorable Minister is not clear of what you are looking for, so if you can ask your question again.
Honorable
Thank you.
Deputy, I'm withdrawing so that I can have a one-to-one discussion with the Minister.
Thank you. Honorable members, there was a request for the Honorable Member for Lilongwe Likuni to raise a question under Standing Order 14. So I would like to invite the Honorable Member of Lilongwe Likuni to take the floor. Honorable Member, you have the floor.
Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, distinguished members, am I protected, Chair?
Can I hear the Honorable Member in silence, Honorable
Chair?
members? Honorable members, can I hear the Honorable Member in silence? Thank you.
Second Deputy Speaker, distinguished members, I rise with a heavy heart and yet with determination and conviction. And if I don't do so, I'm betraying my bona fide conscience. While we are in these 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, another young woman in our country has been murdered in Area 49. Her name is Beatrice Chabwera. May her soul rest in peace. Members, through you, Chair, I also mentioned 9-year-old girl by the name of Toela Banda from Katanta, Area 36, of Mandela Primary School, who was abused and murdered. May her soul rest in peace. Beatrice Chabwera was not married to someone influential, politician, or part of privileged circle, but she had a God-given right to life. Chair, justice cannot be selected. I stand to challenge this August House, all stakeholders in justice and governance, and the general public. Chair, if we members of Parliament, the voice of the voiceless custodian of the law, are seen only to respond only a case is involved someone of high profile, then when we become part of, if we do that, we become part of the problem. Justice must not be demanded for all. Justice should be demanded for all. If we don't do so, we are risking our responsibility. I therefore appeal, not emotionally, but constitutionally, that let us all support equity and justice, visibility in all cases, and dignity for every Malawian. I respect and respective status, not background. I submit, Chair.
Thank you so much, honorable members. I now open for debate, because under Standing Order 14, we have to debate and not ask questions. So I open up for debate. I see honorable member for Dedza.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the issue being raised by my brother against on the issues of increase on cases of domestic abuse and murders is something that as a nation we really must consider with all the soberness that it requires. Gender-based violence should have no room in our society. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, sometimes it is the most vulnerable and marginalized members of our society that suffer much from such kind of atrocities. But being in the category of marginalized and vulnerable groups, it makes those cases just to be wrapped under the carpet. There have been incidents, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that we have even heard of abuses of children with disabilities, of women from very poor backgrounds, as highlighted in the issue that has been raised by the honorable member. And unfortunately, there have been cases where even when you take somebody to tell them to take them to court. We have members of the society that cannot even afford those trips to the courts. I am aware of a case in my own constituency where there was an abuse of a young girl, and the case just died silently. And I later on learned that the family could not afford to be traveling from Miami to Dedza to follow up on such cases. So even if it's murder cases, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, it is high time that this House should consider these very poor families. When such cases arise, they should actually assign some resources in a specific way to support these poor families. If such abuses involve families that are well-to-do, they can pour in all sorts of resources, and they can push all sorts of gates to make sure that justice is provided. But it is sad that as a nation, we are still struggling with such kind of cases. On the other hand, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, it is also an issue to do with the background of empowering girls and women. Women who are less empowered are more prone to be abused, and as such, they don't have that voice. So, in the long run, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, as a House, we should be looking at the budgets that goes to the vulnerable and marginalized groups of our society. 2 days ago, we just passed the budget, a revised one, and as we are speaking, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, you will realize that most young girls don't finish their school. As we are speaking, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the transitional rate of our students from primary to secondary school as a nation still remains at around 50%. In other words, the children who started their school in standard 1, if there were 40,000, it means in the next 8 years, only about 20,000 might make it to secondary school. And as a nation, it's sad because even the space in the secondary school is not enough to accommodate all students coming from the primary school. And the greatest victims of such approaches are the girl children or the girl child. So in that way, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, our nation suffers from inequalities and the distribution of our budgets in an equitable manner. Let's give the resources to those who need them the most, and I don't want to be misinterpreted. There might be schools which are so remote, they might need more resources. Don't put it in a one-size-fits-all. There are teachers who are staying in more remote places, in more difficult places, so sometimes we have to look at equitable distribution of resources, and it's such that this abuse of women and children and other vulnerable groups, sometimes it is a result of inequalities. And before I sit down, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I want to highlight one very important issue that has been troubling my life from time and time again. The best foundation for our education, especially for the girl child and all children in Malawi, is to make sure that they should attend pre-primary education. And as we look at our budgets and as we plan for the next budget, let us as a House consider to make sure that each and every community where we are coming from should have early childhood development centers which can accommodate these poor families, because this is the area that there is the biggest gap in our society. And it has been realized that when a girl child starts her school a little bit late, it means that's a recipe for a failure to transition. They will be impregnated whether they are in standard 5 or 6 because they started even their school when they were already of age. So let's promote early education and the Nazareth schools wherever we are, and I'm appealing to the Minister of Gender and the Minister of Education to take these things seriously, because the abuses are a result of, mostly a result of a society or a community, or the ladies who are mostly less empowered. But on the other hand, also we should understand that men also get abused too. I was reading a story just today of a man who has been abused. Yeah, so we have to balance up when we are making such appeals at any time. So we must understand that the abuse is also on both genders, yes. And as yes. Such, some men are suffering in silence. So we have also not just to promote only one side, while some men here are suffering in silence. And no wonder there are a lot of suicides on men, because they have been told to be suffering in silence. So let's open up and come up. And I support the views from my fellow honorable member, a new vibrant member of parliament who also have long beard. Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Leader of the House.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, we now move to a similar question under Standing Order 14, this time Mwanza Central.
What has gone out of order? Point of order from Lilongwe Demera. Honorable Member for Mulanje West, if you may resume your seat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Second Deputy Speaker. Is it in order that women should not have a voice in this? Because the Mulanje West wanted to speak on that, I also wanted to speak on that. So is that in order? Because this is a very important issue. Thank you so much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Would be, I did not see honorable ladies standing up to take the space. So we have already moved to another question, so we may not go back to the previous one. Thank you, honorable member for Mulanje West. I'm saying thank you so much.
It's really very unfortunate that you didn't see us, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, Second Deputy Speaker, but it was a point of order to the Honorable Member who just resumed his seat for saying that men, a number of men are hanging themselves. This is now the right time whereby men are supposed to be told that they need not to do that. They're the ones who choose the wives, and they've got to choose the best. They're the ones who are the head of the family, and they need not to do that. It's a high time we've been hearing about this. Otherwise, if they don't be hanging themselves, choose the best and choose the right time where you are supposed to have a woman. Don't buy at the market, don't choose a woman at the beer hall, don't choose whatever, but choose the right woman, the best woman, whereby you are going to enjoy the rest of your life. Thanks so much.
Honorable, can I have order? Honorable Leader of the House, I haven't received any question under Standing Order 14 from the Honorable Member of Mwanza West, Mwanza Central.
No, the question was sent yesterday, submitted yesterday. Probably, maybe there's just been a mix-up somewhere, I'm not sure. But even though, the member can still ask the question. Yes.
I now recognize Honorable Member for Mwanza Central. You have the floor, Honorable.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker. Madam, I rise on a matter of national importance under Standing Order 14 regarding persistent loss of life due to lightning strikes in the country. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, we have high-risk areas such as Neno and the other vulnerable zones. Madam Speaker, recent evidence from Neno district alone is deeply troubling. According to public available reports, the following lightning-related fatalities have been recorded in the just recent rainy season. a 47-year-old woman by the name Joanne Mfunei Chabendega from Chirombo village struck while working in her field. A 30-year-old woman, Marita Kaenda, from Kaingirira village under traditional authority Dambe, was also struck whilst working in her field. A 12-year-old boy, Ndarakwanji Kaenda, a standard 6 pupil, also from Kaingira village, killed in the same event as the 30-year-old woman. These are just a few selected cases that I thought I needed to mention in this house. These fatalities represent mothers, children, pupils, farmers, ordinary citizens whose lives were cut short by natural hazards that remain largely unmitigated. Madam Speaker, while these are only those cases reported in the media or council districts, council briefings, they are indicative of a recurring and deadly pattern. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this issue extends beyond Neno. We have seen similar tragic occurrences in other districts like Ncheu, Dedza, Mulanje, Chikwawa, Nsanje, Machinga, and Mangochi, especially where communities are rural, terrain elevated, or housing that lacks proper lightning protection. Nationally, recent seasonal disaster figures for 2024-2025 show 26 deaths attributed to lightning strikes. Yet the data is not disaggregated by district, sex, age, or village. Studies also show that across Malawi, the most affected group tends to be young people, roughly 16 to 30 years, and males are disproportionately victims. Madam Speaker, without disaggregated data, we cannot effectively target interventions or respond with urgency to protect our citizens in hotspot zones. Madam Speaker, having raised this issue under Standing Order 14 as a matter of urgent public importance, I want to call upon Honorable Minister, I hear Honorable Minister of Energy, Climate Change, who respond to my questions. Number one, I want to hear from the Honorable Minister a clear plan for immediate protective measures in high-risk districts, including Nenu, Ncheu, Dedza, Chikwawa, Nsanje, Machinga, Mulanje, and Mangochi during the current rainy season. Number two, confirmation whether government will install or enforce installation of lightning protection systems in public places such as schools, health centers, churches, and community halls in such districts. These systems have helped a lot in other countries like India. They used to have over 2,500 deaths every year, but after installation of such equipments, the number was cut by over 60%. Number three, a commitment to conduct a national mapping of lightning-prone zones, accompanied by the release of a comprehensive register of lightning-related deaths and injuries, disaggregated by district, village, sex, age, and date of incident. I also want to get it from the Minister, plans to collaborate with meteorological services to create a lightning early warning system, reaching rural communities via different community media, communication mediums like SMS platforms, community radios. This system also helped South Africa. They used to have a lot of deaths from lightning strikes, but through this collaboration, South Africa saved a lot of lives. And finally, I also need to get a credible public, to understand whether government will conduct a credible public education campaign on lightning safety, targeting rural population, schools, churches, and communities prone to storms. Madam Speaker, these are not optional luxuries. They are urgent necessities. We must stop burying our people from a cause that is preventable. I so submit, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Member for Mwanza Central, you have raised very important issues, but you are seeking for a response from the honorable ministers, but you have asked your question under Standing Order 14. Standing Order 14 does not provide that ministers should respond, but members of parliament should be given time to do the debate. So I will open for members to debate, and there is no allocation for ministers to respond on those issues. You will agree with me as well that the information you have provided might need the honorable, the responsible minister to engage the technical people and see how best can she come up with those responses. But because it is under Standing Order 14, it's open for debate. Anyone ready to debate? I recognize honorable
point
member.
Of order. Point
Honorable
of order.
member for Doa East, resume your seat.
Point of order.
What has gone out of order, honorable?
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. The minister is ready to respond. Then if that is the case, I will withdraw it. I'll come back with it tomorrow under Standing Order 69, because we need the response from the minister.
Okay. If the minister is to respond to your issues you have raised during your debate, then the minister will be responding whilst debating as well, because it's not provided. So I will give to the honorable member for Doa East. You have the floor, honorable.
Thank you so much, Second Deputy Speaker. I've never risen while you were seated on that chair, then I wanted to congratulate you first for getting that position. I wanted to join our dear colleague from Mwanza Central for bringing up a very important issue, and I think he has raised quite a lot of important factors, and I will not derail myself to go into all that, but I have one angle which I felt should be added as a matter of debate, and it's to do with the civic education. Traditionally, a Second Deputy Speaker, in our culture, when lightning strikes and takes the lives of people, there is always quarrels, misunderstandings in our villages that it's witchcraft. And because there's no more civic education, we find indeed people being accused of witchcraft because of lightning. I'm not here to say that there's no witchcraft, but just to agree with him that this year we have seen quite a lot of deaths coming through lightning. And if we provide more civic education, that because of climate change and other factors, this is really happening, we are going to prevent quite a number of misunderstandings happening in our society. The second issue is also more awareness in terms of common protective gear. When we grew up, we used to be told, it's common, and there are natural issues that we are supposed to be given, and given civic education, that would really help us to protect ourselves during lightning. But just to agree with him, we have seen quite a lot of deaths already, even just before the rains have come in this season. That's my comment, and I thank you so much, Second Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Minister responsible for natural resources, energy and mining, you have the floor, madam.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I wish to inform the honorable member of Mwanza Central, that the responsibility for lightning protection in buildings rests with the Department of Buildings. And these structures that are rectified or structures that are not rectified, they need protection. So as we all know that a direct lightning strike can cause severe structural damage or even fire at times. So it is important that the Department of Buildings take note of this. So Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in areas where electricity is available, standards are already in place requiring the mandatory installation of safety features, including lightning arresters on all electrical installations. For example, most transformers along power distribution lines are fitted with a spike-like device at the top of the structure. This component serves as a lightning protection mechanism that safely channels lightning surges away from the equipment. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, MERA certifies installers, and these are obligated to follow approved installation standards, which include ensuring adequate lightning protection for all electrical equipment and installations. So where MERA certified contractors have carried out electrical works, these standards are expected to be fully complied with. For this reason, as the ministry responsible for energy, we consistently advise the public to engage MERA certified installers. In line with this, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, MERA has developed a robust inspectors framework to guide the periodic inspection of all electrical installations. And under this framework, inspectors will assess compliance with safety standards and issue certificates of compliance to installations that meet the required benchmarks. This system will strengthen enforcement and improve the overall safety of electrical infrastructure across the country. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, let me call upon all of us to make sure that as we go back to our constituencies, we should ensure that we aim at engaging electrical contractors that are certified by MERA. I think there are times when we use shortcuts. And secondly, there was also the question of whether, as a ministry, we have embarked on mapping the lightning risk-prone areas. That, we have not yet done that, and that's a very good proposal. We need to go down to the drawing board and make sure that we come up with that mapping. It is important. And we also work with our meteorological department to issue out the early warning systems. Early warning systems, it is important, and I think you have talked of South Africa succeeding in this way. So we'll make sure that we come up with a program in the department. And you have also touched on a very important aspect of public campaigns. So this could be public, or we could target off schools and maybe public at large, know how to protect themselves from lightning. Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Member for
Kasungu Central constituency.
Kasungu Central, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. And first of all, congratulations. It's also my first time to speak while you're on that seat. I would like to contribute on the debate. To begin with, the people of Kasungu Central, Suza, Kapaizi, Kaomba, they feel that at this point, as a country, we should set our priorities straight. I think we should focus on more demanding and pressing matters that the country can embark on the economic recovery journey that we have started. Without looking down on the matter and death of people that are passing with lightning, we should also consider the people that are dying because of hunger and other issues. I feel it's more compelling that at this point, we focus more on issues that are affecting a lot of people, but also at the same time, we should be very conscious about embarking on projects that are not highly a priority on this economic recovery. For instance, Madam Speaker, to start thinking of installing lightning devices, right now, we might be focusing on buildings that have electricity, but we might agree that lightning kills people in different spaces. Maybe for this quarter, we might consider to set our priorities straight. I submit. Thank you.
Thank you so much. What has gone out of order, Mulanje West?
Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, is it in order that the honorable member who has just resumed his seat to say we should prioritize issues to do with the hunger, whereby when the nation is in the lean period, government comes and support. But the earthquake, the lightning which the honorable member for Mwanza Central is talking about, you cannot even support them. When it strikes, it is the end result is death. Nobody will come and say, let's do this as it is the case with the hunger situation which the honorable member is talking about. So the issue of lightning is also a priority than what he's talking about. Hunger, we can prevent it. And here we are talking about the lightning where we want to prevent. Hunger, they've been preventing it, they've been doing it, they've been supporting people. But we've lost a number of people because of the lightning. And here we are to say, what is it that we're going to do? The mechanisms which the ministry and government is going to do to avoid those. Thanks so much, the Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member for Mulanje West. Indeed, issues of lightning is to do with the lives of Malawians. So it has to be given a priority as well. So I sustain your point of order, Honorable Member for Mulanje West. Leader of the House.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, first of all, to thank you for ably managing affairs of the House this afternoon. Congratulations. Second, tomorrow is obviously a private members' day. We will tackle the PMB that we started yesterday, and we hope that once we are done with that bill, probably our colleagues would give us a day so that we do some other government businesses. Thank you very much. They have already agreed with me. Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. I submit.
Thank you, Leader. What has gone out of order, Honorable Member for Dowa East?
Second Deputy Speaker, on a lighter note, is it in order for the Leader of the House not to remind honorable members that tomorrow we need more than 220 members in the House? Is it in order, Second Deputy Speaker?
Thank you so much. Honorable members, indeed, the presence of members in this chamber is a must. So we are expecting members to be here, not only for tomorrow, but even other working days. Honorable members, let me guide the House on Standing Order 14. If you have a question and you need to raise it under Standing Order 14, you have to submit it to Secretariat. Then Secretariat will forward it to the